An absent WWE star could be returning soon. Plus, we have an update on Malakai Black's AEW status. And the son of a legendary boxer is getting a WWE tryout. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So there's a particular face that hasn't been around the place for a little while, and it looks as if she could be on the way back. Who are we talking about, Andrew?
So this comes from PW Insider, who says there's been some internal talk of WWE star Raquel Rodriguez returning to action in the near future. PW Insider has confirmed with multiple sources. Back in January, Rodriguez revealed that she had been diagnosed with mast cell activation syndrome, which causes painful skin flare-ups. She competed in the Women's Elimination Chamber match in Perth back in February, despite having a flare-up just a few hours before. Consequently, she was pulled from the active roster soon after with hopes of getting it under control.
And bless her for working through that Elimination Chamber match with a very painful skin condition.
Absolutely, yeah.
She absolutely was a soldier through it. She's been very emotional online talking about the steps in which she's had to fight this skin flare-up. And I'm hopeful that she'll come back with stuff in place to make life a little easier for her and come back in great form, because I think Rodriguez is a real force of nature on the roster.
Absolutely, and she's still got unfinished business with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley too, and things are picking up for both of them. So yeah, it would be nice to see her back in action. I hope she's doing all right.
Let's give you an update on the status of a few guys from the House of Black. It was reported yesterday by Ibu of Wrestle Purists that Buddy Matthews had re-signed with AEW. Meanwhile, his House of Black teammate Malakai Black had a contract that was up with AEW relatively soon. And this does fly in the face of some other reports that have come out and some things that Tony Khan has said as well. Fightful Select has more on this, doesn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, they say the claim internally from AEW was that Matthews' deal would have needed to be extended quite a while back, which is something that Ibu alluded to. It was not specified to Fightful if this was a new contract or option years being picked up. At one point, there was internal discussion that AEW did have option years on Matthews. Those that we spoke to believe that whether he was re-signed or option years picked up, it would have been decided a while back.
Black is even more confusing when it comes to his deal, according to Fightful, as he signed with AEW in the summer of 2021. There was a lot of public debate over the length of his contract quite a while back. Tony Khan very publicly said in 2022 that he had nearly 5 years left of it. So in theory, it's 2024, there still should be 3 years on that deal. Now, later in the year, we'd reported that there was a conditional aspect of it that could reduce the amount of time that Malakai was there. However, those in the company are of the belief that Black's deal goes towards the end of the year, and at one point there were 2 option years applied. It's a bit confusing. I think there's only a handful of people that truly know the answer to this one, and it's probably Malakai Black and Tony Khan. And Malakai Black has beforehand spoken very publicly about his status with AEW as well, when reports have come out about him not being happy or him being on the way out. So it hasn't had anything to really sink his teeth into. He said this yesterday, since the Adam Copeland feud.
No, that's it. And I guess it is quite confusing to read about, but I guess perhaps if reports and stuff are to be believed, perhaps we'll see something, and perhaps we'll get an update on what his status is towards the end of the year. If his deal goes towards the end of the year, I guess we'll see then, won't we?
We will certainly see. Also yesterday, an AEW star was added to the CMLL Grand Prix 20-man tag team match, Team World and Team Mexico. AEW's Claudio Castagnoli, New Japan's Yota Tsuji.
He's got it.
Thank you. Mansoor, Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Akira were added to the match already for Team World, that included Kyle Fletcher, Robbie X, Rocky Romero, Flip Gordon and Ikuro Kwon. And they're going to face Team Mexico, consisting of Mascara Dorada, Volador Jr., Assange, Euphoria. Esfinge. Wow, that was a good effort by me. That was literally 3 miles out of the wrong way. He was literally in the wrong district. Euphoria, Valiente, Mystico, Ultimo Guerrero, Templario, Atlantis Jr. and Titan. That's going to be chaos. I love a good 20-man tag.
Yep, absolutely. That's going to be delightful. There's
Robbie
lots
X
of really good.
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say as well. That's really cool. There's a lot of really, really good people in there.
King of the Cruiserweights. Come on, son. I'm a big fan of that. MVP is one of 3 wrestlers who has been possibly on the way out of WWE. This has been reported this week that MVP, Tamina Snuka and Bobby Lashley have been removed from the internal active roster. And not much has been said by any of the parties except for MVP, who seemingly said farewell to WWE in a post on Instagram yesterday.
Yeah, he said, I came back so my baby boy could see daddy in a WWE ring. The Royal Rumble. That's all I wanted. A one-off. I was ready to retire. Then I received an offer to become a producer. The pandemic hit. I became a producer and a commentator for Main Event. Next, they asked me to put the boots on and help out with TV during the PC era. One episode of Raw, MVP, was in 9 segments. Heyman agreed to put me and Roberto together. I signed a full-time talent contract, and then we made history. What a ride.
He has done so much.
Yes.
And I'm sad to see him moving on from WWE. This is clearly what it looks like. And I hope there is a chance for him to not only get back with Roberto Lashley, see them reform something that can't be called the Hurt Business. Let me know in the comments below a non-union equivalent version of the Hurt Business that we can call them, so WWE don't wrong anybody else. But also, I hope he gets back in the ring.
Yeah, me too.
He was talking. He was so keen to get back into action, and he's recently done stem cell treatment.
Yes,
with the hope to heal some long-term injuries, with the hope being that he could get back into action.
Which would be cool. I mean, obviously, you know, when wrestlers get older, they slow down and everything, but he still felt like it was very much not much ring rust, should I say?
Yeah.
When he was in there, you know? So yeah, it would be very, very cool to see him back.
It'd be nice to see him back doing something physical in there as well. We'll end on this one, which is a wonderful little curiosity from PW Insider. We are being told that Elijah Holyfield, the son of the legendary boxer Evander Holyfield, is set for the WWE SummerSlam weekend in Cleveland as part of the company's tryouts. Holyfield has played for the Philadelphia Eagles and the practice squads of the Carolina Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And I mean, he looks the part.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he looks the business. It wouldn't be Evander Holyfield's first foray in WWE. A real lost curiosity of WWE in the mid-noughties, I believe it was, where on Saturday night's main event, we had a boxing match between Evander Holyfield and Matt Hardy.
That was something I pushed out of my memory. I completely forgot about that until I watched it again this morning, and I was like, that was a thing. That
was a thing. I think MVP and Matt Hardy had like a can you top this sporting trial thing when they were fighting over the US title, and I believe it was meant to be a Matt Hardy and MVP boxing match, but MVP found a sub in Evander Holyfield instead.
Who sparked him out at the end?
Yes,
instead, he sparked him out. He sparked MVP out, yeah.
They even got Michael Buffer for that.
They did, which was insane.
Ludicrous amount of money spent. Take some time to find Matt Hardy versus Evander Holyfield today, and thank us when you do. And we'll have more wrestling news throughout the day, of course. You won't. At cultaholic.com. Case.
Love you, bye.